All right, recording has started, and this is the August 8th, 2023 Rook Community Meeting. We have Travis back after a absence for a couple of meetings, so your presence is more than welcome, and glad you're back, Travis. Let's
I was
hop
missed.
in.
But
Yeah,
that's very
for sure.
touching. Thank you.
For sure. And there's no doubt about it. You can ask Blaine as well, because he ran the entire meeting last week. So because I had a conflict. So I think Blaine would agree with me as well. All right.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything coming up for 1.10. I don't think we've done a patch release for 1.10 branch in a while either. So I think we could skip over that one. We did the last 1.11 patch release before the last community meeting, so I don't think we need to go through that. And then we also don't have a 1.11 yet plans. Let's take a quick look though at the board and just make sure there's nothing hanging out there that's important or waiting for us or anything. Doesn't look like
Yeah, and
it
I
to
think
me.
the dependabot BR, I need to move that over to 1.12 because that's really just affects master, not the 1.11 branch.
Okay, that sounds good. If you want to take care of that.
Yeah.
So then let's look at more recent things that are going on. So let's first look at the past real quick, where we had a 1.12.1 release. And we'll take a quick look at the release notes. That was since the last community meeting. So let's take a quick look here. And Travis, you ran the release here, it looks like. Do you want to go ahead and call out anything of note?
Yeah, so this was, we had 1.12 2 weeks before that. And this was the first patch release. I felt like the release went pretty smooth, the 1.12, and there was nothing really burning as far as the first patch release. Sometimes there are kind of burning patch release needs, but this one wasn't too urgent, so we just got it out 2 weeks after the initial release and had some basic things. There was maybe one or two that were more interesting to a few people, as far as, I guess there was a null pointer, they're related to NFS, there was anyway, a few good updates, but fortunately it's all going smoothly. No,
All right.
Urgent issues that I can recall.
Well, that sounds good. Let's take a look then at the 1.12 project board, because we do have a .2 patch release that we're thinking about a week from now. So let's take a look at the project board, the state of everything. Nothing in the blocking release column, but a couple things that are being worked on. Make this a little smaller.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah, and that would be the 2-week cadence to just get in. I don't know of anything urgent either here, but honestly, I was just realizing that I need to get back in the habit of reviewing this project board and make sure we're up to date. But I did not do that for today. Yeah, just some nice to haves as far as the COSI driver and then the Helm chart for OpenShift.
Like this one's interesting. We'll happily erase LVM partitions. It's not grumpily doing it, is happy to do.
It's happily, yes. Yeah. Rook is always happy, of course.
Okay, sounds good. Have you, Travis, when you I know you were not tied to, but you were a big fan of like Minikube and also like, Vagrant multi-VM setups and stuff for a long time. Do you use Kind at all for your testing ever?
No, not at all. And in our Rook docs, we say clearly in the quick start guide, like, use a VM, don't do this on your host. It's just too risky to wipe your host on accident. So honestly don't remember looking at that issue. Or
just kind of curious about this one.
Right, because that was open. Oh, it's been a couple months already.
Recent, yeah, here we go. Here we go, 2 weeks ago.
So that's right. I guess there would be some helpful things to avoid the accidental changes, but no response yet, I guess.
Cool. And then is there anything here on the board though, Travis, that you knew, we want to clean up a little bit, but anything you wanted to call it specifically of, hey, this is, this is really important and we're going to block the .2 patch until this is done, or anything like that?
Yeah, nothing blocking that I can think of either.
Okay.
Yeah. There is one interesting issue. It isn't on the board yet. Maybe just to mention, I think
Do you have a number?
Blaine and Santosh were looking at this. There's not an issue yet.
Oh,
But just to talk through it real quick, Ceph OSDs, if they fail and restart too often, then it gets into this OSD flapping state that Ceph tries to avoid. So what Ceph does is it will actually exit the OSD with a success code if it's flapping too much, and that's let's see, is that what? No, it's not a success code. Anyway, with it exits with a certain code where we don't actually want the pod to restart. And wait, no, that's right. Can I touch in the meeting? Maybe he's not here.
Travis, I just
So
shared. I shared the issue to Santosh opened this morning only. I think.
oh, he did open one. Okay. Right. Okay. So the OSD does exit with a code 0 if it doesn't want to restart. And the idea is that the OSD pod should only restart on failure so that we can avoid the flapping state if we just stop restarting the pod. But it looks like deployments don't support the restart on failure policy is what he opened that issue for, I guess. So need to figure out what's up with that. Anyway, it's a discussion in progress that's interesting. I guess Muddy responded on it too. But.
nice. And so we could add this one into the 1.12 board then?
Yeah. I'll add that real quick.
Cool. Sounds good. Yep, it's 12.682.
Yep. Got it.
Alrighty. Cool. So then, as Travis mentioned, then we're looking to get into that regular cadence of patches 2 weeks from the last patch of the .1 on August 1st. So the .2 on August 15th. 2 weeks from the .1. Went through things on the 1.12 project board. Nothing major to call out there. Anything else that folks want to bring up for milestones, patch releases, all that sort of stuff?
I was thinking about when 1.13 might be, just briefly, because KubeCon will be around that time frame, and I'm putting together this KubeCon video. I'm trying to figure out what to say in the video 3 months in advance about the next release, but probably the next release would be November or December. So beyond that, though, I didn't get very far.
Yeah, I think
yeah, we'll see.
KubeCon in Chicago is like the very, very beginning of like the first week of November or so. So it's not very far into that, expected timeline of November, December. But if there's desire to have release or to have coincidence, to have timing that aligns with KubeCon, that can always make sense.
Mm-hmm. Right. In the video, I think I won't know that yet, so I'll avoid talking about it there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to? But yeah, just capture that way. And then you want to kind of parlay that on into the video here. Ooh, oopsie.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah. So there's this 60-second video that I think is incubating, and graduated projects are being invited to do. They'll be shown during the keynotes at KubeCon, so it's kind of cool. They started at the last KubeCon doing that, and it got all sorts of guidelines in place to make sure it's high quality and consistent and everything. But I'm just trying to dig through that and figure out what to say for 60 seconds, because it's not much, but what's the right thing to cram in there? It's due by Thursday, so yes, it'll happen soon.
Yeah, the speaker notes that they have in the template, Travis, I found those to be helpful, at least. To kind of, it gave a bit of a framing for how to speak about the project 3 months ahead of time. It says you're not going to focus as much on, hey, we just released the 1.13 release, and this feature, we're in it. It's more like the high level sort of things of like a big progress from the project, you know, that it's somewhat current throughout the year here, and like kind of helping. It's also about helping people understand what the project is too. You know, there's like a slide for what is Rook, you know, what is the project,
Yeah.
and getting people in there, and
That
then how
seems
to get
more
them.
valuable to me, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. More than like, hey, this concrete thing happens on this date. It's more about, hey, this is project, this is what's going on, or this is why it's useful to you. This is new stuff we've done to make it, you know, more impactful for the ecosystem. And then here's ways to get involved. And it's like that framing of it makes a little bit more sense to do 3 months ahead of time, but you know, still not perfect.
Exactly. And from your understanding with the slide template that they have, are the slides just so that the guy editing the video can have stuff fly on your screen and stuff, so it doesn't even matter what the slides look like? Or
No,
how much effort needs to be
I
put in the slides?
very good question, but I what I was understanding or interpreting is that, you know, like something they do is like they'll have video, but like on one screen, and then like another screen can have slides as well. So I would put as much effort into it as possible, as like to assume that those slides could be shown on a big screen at a keynote.
Right. Okay.
So
So
do yeah, effort, yes.
putting effort into slides, and then the video guy will figure out how to put them together.
Yeah, sync them or whatever. That's all on them.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Because I saw one of his comments in Slack where he was saying, "Oh, don't worry too much about the formatting. He'll figure it out," or something. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I think that was in response to my question. Also, that was
Right, exactly.
me that asked that, right? Yeah, because like in the template, it doesn't have, you know, like the body text isn't set to a reasonable form, like you know, font size and color and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just picked something big enough to fill up the slide that matches color wise enough, and called it a day. Like I'm surprised they don't care about that consistency, but I think he was like planning on kind of like tweaking stuff as well. So but at the end of the day, I put enough effort into the crossplane ones list so that like if they do show it, it won't be embarrassing and people can read it.
Right.
That's my guidance.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Cool.
Anyway, working.
And let me know if you need any
so,
eyes on that, Travis, like any, you know, take a look at the slides, second pair of eyes on the slides or anything like that.
Right, totally.
Cool.
Follow up.
All right. And then Shubham and Travis, we'll talk about ongoing CI stability progression here.
Yeah. The last few weeks we had some challenges with CI stability. We had was it the smoke suite and the upgrade suite that were failing, more of the upgrade suite failing consistently. So I think we've got most of that under control now, or fixed now, thanks to a lot of Shubham's efforts, and Parth is looking into some as well. I think it's just the object suite that's failing, the Parth, and then only Jiffin to look into some things too. And then there's another one with a multis test. Yeah, that Shubham's going to look into. So anyway, it has been a challenge, but I think we're looking better now. Yeah, Shubham, any comments around that?
I think you covered, yeah, most of the part. We are in good state, but yeah, not in the ideal. And
Mhm.
like one or two CIs failing apart from the Multus one, but restarting makes that great. Uh, so yeah, but we still need some work.
Mhm.
Is there a particular issue to link here in the agenda notes that's kind of capturing the latest state and progress?
Yes, I open
Uh,
an issue for Multis at least. Let me find that. Or I can add it afterwards, but yep, we need to track all that stuff. Okay.
Actually, I created a single issue for all the CI issues, but I have fixed most of them, but I have not updated this issue. So probably tomorrow I will update.
Mhm. Sounds good.
Awesome. That sounds good. Thanks for that update then, Shubham.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good that we've made it a little investment here, so we're getting a more of a more to a level of more stability.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess, by the way, the instability was triggered by something that seemed out of our control. Like it wasn't a specific thing that we caused with our code changes. So just we've had to change some timeouts and change the network settings and things like that for, I assume, GitHub Actions changing some things that affected us. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's mostly kind of opaque for us, right? I assume like it's like the internal, architecture and inner workings of the GitHub Actions runners and all that sort of stuff is, don't have a great idea of the environment.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Okay, awesome. So that's the end of the agenda, Doc. Then is there anything else that didn't make it to the doc that folks wanted to bring up while we're still here? All right. Well, then if that's everything, then we can go ahead and adjourn. And then before next meeting, we expect to have 1.12.2 out and available for the community. Awesome. All right. Welcome back, Travis. Good to see everybody here.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks,
Take care. Bye-bye.